Inexplicably connected to Zuma Beach and known as Zuma Jay, Jefferson Wagner has spent 50 years in the surf store business in Malibu, California. He describes himself as a curmudgeon, a term that may also apply to all of us 70-year-olds. You may often find him in his Zuma Jay Surfboards store, grousing about his workers who mysteriously don't show up when the surf is good, a phenomenon he totally understands. He dispenses his surfing wisdom and angst about the attempts to overdevelop Malibu, along with a consummate knowledge of surfing history, the technical aspects of surfboards, and all other products associated with surfing.
Hello, old school. Okay.
Did it go red up here so it's on?
It's blinking. Where would it be red? I'm sorry. Oh, I see it. Rec.
Yeah, it's recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's red rec.
Okay. So it's probably about 12 questions.
Yeah.
If you don't want to answer a question, just move on to the next one.
Okay.
Simple questions. Okay.
All right.
Number one, your first exposure to the ocean.
I would imagine, I don't remember it, but my parents took me to the beach when I was an infant. So I would say 70-some years ago.
What influenced you to start surfing?
I started on a surf mat, rubber surf mat, and that became a boogie board. And then we wanted to stand instead of just lay on our guts. So then we got longboards, and it took two of us to take them to the beach. So the parents would drop us off when we were 8 or 9 years old. And that's where we started, right there.
You remember your first surfboard or the first surfboard you actually bought with your own money?
I remember my first surfboard was a Greg Little, Liddle.
Mm-hmm. We can pause anytime.
Oh, can we help you with anything?
Well, I'm just looking around.
Sure, if you have any questions, holler, we'll help you out. I'm full of answers today. I have my iced tea and I'm all good.
Good to go.
So
Okay.
Greg Little, that was a colored board.
Clear, and he would use the 10-ounce glass back in the day, glass on the fins, real boards, handcrafted.
8 feet bigger.
I had an 8-footer.
8-footer.
That was fine because you could just get that under your arm at my age at that time. And he was shaping them over in Agora.
Did you play any other sports in school?
I played college basketball Division I, and then I ran cross country and track.
Where did you play basketball?
At University of Pacific up in Stockton,
Oh, nice.
Division I school.
High school, did you compete in any surf contests?
No, because it wasn't that big then. It was David Lansdowne running WSA,
Mm-hmm.
and he was an old curmudgeon at the time. And no, most of my surfing started competitively in the 70s and 80s.
Surf pilgrimages to what locations?
I think the most exotic one is one, but Hawaii was always the favorite because that's where I was teaching for 2 summers in a row. I would say the most exotic one was Todos Santos, which is Mexico off Ensenada, about 2-hour boat ride. And O'Neill Wetsuits would pay for these trips before there was too many lawyers, because people could get hurt, and you were there on the O'Neill boat, and it was pretty neat. But Todos Santos, we had there were triple overhead waves there almost all the time. I mean, big drop, nobody snaking you, drop, turn. Yeah, Todos Santos.
What year did you say, hey, I'm going to open a store because I love this sport and I want to stay with it?
Late 60s. Started making my own stuff by hand when foam became the predominant resource to make surfboards, and fiberglass could be done in the garage at home or outdoors under a canopy and a patio, and it wouldn't smell the place up. We used to use tints and resin tints, and color them back in the day. But we made them, and they weren't very good quality. My first brand name was called Backside Surfboards with Trey Vanos. He moved down to San Diego. He's still alive.
Who are some of the Zuma Jay Surf Groms who went on to professional surfing?
John Lane, Jack, the son of Jack Lane. He became a terrific surfer. His picture's on the wall here. We had some really good ones in the 80s and 90s, and this team that I had in the 80s and 90s was dominating all of the West Coast, and I had all the trophies which burned in the fire, but I still have the flyers and the banners from the Caton. We won the Caton event. We also won the one of the big ones, and then the big pro events. 3 of my guys and the USA Pro, the first continental United States professional contest. Buttons won it, but all my guys were in 4th, 5th, or 6th position after Buttons.
Did Ben Marcus talk you into writing the book on history of surf wax, or you were always thinking you were going to do that?
I own the wax, and I put it all together. Ben helped me because he's into that stuff, and he used to be an editor at one of the magazines.
Right.
I forget which one, and he's still here in Malibu local. You can go see him at the newsstand. In fact, I have tons of emails from him today even. He's trying to do history of Malibu, and so he did some history books, and I figured at least he knows surfing history, he'd know the fun part of wax. But I have the collection, it's here. And part of when my will is settled, when I kick off, the Surfing Heritage Museum in San Clemente is going to take the collection and they'll put it up, and that's where the collection will be. It's the only one like it in the world.
Wow.
There's no way you can replace what's in that collection.
Record now.
I'll record now. Okay, I forgot where we left off, so you'll have to prompt
let's
me.
see.
At our age, things
Yeah.
mix. Added color.
I didn't get this background on you. What the hell is the Hobo's Handbook?
Oh, well, I wrote that because I traveled the Western rails quite often. Hello.
How are you?
Pretty well today.
Good. I just need to get some wax and a wax comb. Do you have?
Right there.
Oh, cheers. I've only got tropical on me right now. Cool.
And the wax combs are right there next to the little reel camera. Do you see the reel camera?
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, the Hobo's Handbook, because I would catch the ride going up the hill at the grade at 3 and 4% is the most a train can make. So in Chatsworth they had a park. Well, it wasn't a park at the time, but the tunnels. And as the train would come up, it was going so slow you could just grab and hop on. And they didn't have monitors back then. In the 70s, it was different. They didn't have people monitoring, so you had a caboose that was a real caboose.
Is this the biggest you've got?
I have bigger.
Please.
Okay. But they cost. Those are only $1. Do you want to spend more?
Yeah, how much are the other ones? It's
The other one's like $6-7.
$7?
Oh, that's all these.
7?
Oh no.
That's crazy.
Yeah, these. See, but it's all patented and ooh-ah and all that. You can get one of these for $4.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Thanks.
4.
You scrape the ice on her windshield.
So we got $8. I'm gonna throw you that
Oh,
one
I
in
don't need
anyway.
that little one.
I'm just gonna throw it in
Oh, thanks.
to make it 10 even, because we have a $10 minimum.
Okay.
So now we're at
Thank you.
$10. And this one goes on the back of your wetsuit, on the string.
Oh, okay,
So when you're
cool.
out in the water, this is my creation. You hop off the board, throw the string over, and you can rough up the board out in the water.
Unreal. It's going straight on.
Did you want a receipt?
No, mate. It's
I'm
fine.
just going to show you the amount. Don't forget your card. $10 even, included the tax.
Cheers. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day. Thanks, guys.
Snake you later. Sorry, I forgot where we left off.
Although it's
Oh yeah, so then that's where you'd catch it. Now the big junction, which I wrote the book about, is up in San Luis Obispo, before the big grade, which is called Cuesta in Spanish. So as you go up the 101, that grade there is the train. You can see it lumbering along from the highway. The really interesting part is to look at the highway from the train when you're going 5-6 miles an hour. And people think it's romantic. It's not. It's dirty. It's not a, I did it a couple times so that I could write about it. And I could say I experienced it, I did it. My parents were not happy about it. They chastised me right and left for doing those kinds of things. But when you're 18 years old, they can't tell you. They can't say what to do and what you can't do.
You gotta do it.
And when I came back with the stories and pictures from real cameras, we had real cameras then, and we develop it, and they go, wow, I've never seen that before. Or this is this, and this was this, and because you're looking at it from a different perspective. And the whole reason I was able to catch those trains over in Chatsworth is because of May Ringe, the matriarch of Malibu, that bought this place and would not allow the train to come through. That's why there's no train tracks here. She stopped the train. She had a narrow gauge railroad that ran from Las Flores up to Point Doom, and there's still pictures of it. And because she did that, Southern California, or who's the big one out here? That's the big train companies couldn't occupy her with the track because she had a narrow gauge track. So they had to go through the San Fernando Valley, and going up that grade is where everybody catches the train. I mean, if you're doing it illegally.
We know that everything burned, but what other surfing memorabilia besides the wax did you try to collect at the time?
Well, I had my personally shaped real Lance Carson board. I had my original Greg Little all in the house. And Lance shaped it for me. Mitchington didn't shape it. Lance shaped it for my 25th anniversary of opening the business. And we commiserated on it and laughed about it, and I just felt that was a real loss. Because, how long is Lance going to be around? How long am I going to be around? Nobody cares about the old farts anymore. So, but the old farts do. And so that was the big loss, was losing my Lance.
Any other collections not related to surfing?
No, the wax is my big pitch, and having all those old boards. Now, one that I did shape is in the Pepperdine Museum right now.
The yellow one.
Yeah,
The balsa one.
the balsa 4-stringers.
Yeah.
Can't get 4-stringer balsa anymore. They're just not growing it, and I had it. And that was back when we shaped boards before foam in the late 60s.
So this is a bit of a joke question. Was politics your idea, or were you influenced by Clint Eastwood and Sonny Bono?
No, politics was because the locals got tired of all the development schemes that are going on in Malibu, and they knew I wasn't a development kind of person. So the first time I got elected, they kind of said it was a fluke, but I got high vote count. So they trusted me, and then the second time is because they said, okay, he didn't do anything wrong the first time, so we'll take him a second time for another 4 years. But the other guys didn't like it, so that's why my house got raided by the district attorney's office. And that's just politics. I'm not ready for that kind of politics. I thought the idea is you do it for your community and to do the right job.
Another sort of a joke question. Have you designed a wetsuit yet for arthritic senior citizens so they can get them on and off with it easily?
You probably have to have a lot of zippers. No, I haven't, but
Okay, last question. Serious question. What is the meaning of life to Jefferson Wagner?
continuing to evaluate and keep track and take care of our environment. That's what I'm about.
Thank you.
Oh, and you know what?
What?
I'm Environmentalist of the Year in 2011.
Huh?
Awesome.
Yeah, I was after the year after Kennedy and the year before Jacques Cousteau.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
2011 Environmentalist of the Year. So it's an honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.